Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Filecoin, seeing what's going on. We're going to jump into the backend data, kind of see where the liquidation levels are. They should still be heavily concentrated at that upper mark there when we talked about yesterday at about 650. Yep, there we go, 656. So just to clarify again, there's a lot of concentration of liquidation just above the price action. This is the last 7 days of trading. Keep in mind $5 is also a heavy concentration, but it's important to recognize we are much closer to 6.5, so that could be an incentive for some whales to liquidate those upper levels. Keep in mind we got a pretty strong resistance here at about 620 we talked about previously. That level is holding the price action in place, but we're still establishing higher highs and higher lows. So we have to presume this trend line will continue until it doesn't. Okay. So again, some awesome stuff there. Congrats to our community members as well. Also, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I love teaching people to trade. I was saying congrats here for our Celestia trade. 4 days ago, 80% profit, secured that last night. And then, of course, for our Premium Plus, we've been scalping pretty well. XRP 6%, another ETH trade as well there. So those are some nice little profits. Those are to the upside, right? So my bots are basically picking up a lot of uptrends, so to speak. Keep in mind, we've got a few hours left until today's trading day closes and the Asian market opens. It's very normal for Sunday evening, at least here in the States, to essentially be a situation where the price of Bitcoin changes dramatically, whether it's good or the bad. Asian markets get in the market and they just start moving some money. Okay, so just be mindful of that. If Bitcoin does sell off, Filecoin will probably do so as well. But you got to look at Filecoin, how well it's performed contrary to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going sideways, and you can't even say sideways and up. Tactically, it's a little bit of up, but not really. No, that's just garbage, right? This is just range-bound, typical weekend stuff from Bitcoin. You take a look at Filecoin, though, sideways and up, right? So again, responding positively to the situation where a lot of coins are kind of just hanging out and being stuck on stupid. I don't feel like that is the case for Filecoin. So again, if you are in the trade, I feel confident leaving the trade open personally. Again, this is a swing trade. It's designed to be held for longer periods of time. While we've been fortunate and blessed to be able to hit all of our profit targets quickly recently, it's not always like that for swing trading. Okay, you got to be patient. You got to pump the brakes, trust the TA, let it go. Okay. All right. So again, there's no guarantees. Of course, Bitcoin drops significantly, could change the whole dynamic here. But once more, we got to kind of trust in the TA here. So let's go ahead and pull this out a little bit further. Let's quickly note on the daily time frame where we're at here for the moving averages. We're still under the 20-day SMA. Once again, that's right there at about 620. Another point of contention. So all the more reason why the price is having difficulty getting through that level, just because 20-day SMA is kind of hanging out there. We can see stochastic is swinging down, potential shift of momentum. Money flow index is coming out of the coin, which is normal because we had such a strong selling pressure day here recently. If you take a look at volume, we can see the price action has been tapering off. Okay, so as volume starts to subside, we're going to see the money flow index coming down. The daily time frame is not the best indication of what's going on. 4-hour time frame is a lot more helpful, so we'll look at that next. But generally speaking, here we can see we are staying above 50 on the RSI. That's a positive contributing factor. Still diverging on the MACD. So the truth here is like the daily time frame is not perfect. Okay, there's just a slightly better potential for upside than downside based on a few of the indications we see here, but it's certainly not like 100%. I'm going to feel much better if we can consolidate at 620 or higher. That would be a pretty good place for us. At this point, though, let's take a look at the 4-hour, and we'll quickly note a couple of things here. So quickly understand here on the 4-hour time frame, this is where I was talking about money flow index being low. Not great, but we're still over 50 on the RSI, so that kind of cancels it out. In other words, the thought process here is that the price is not considered to be oversold, more so overbought. And in that sense, it's still a good value for a lot of people. Okay, money flow index can be low. When that happens, it's okay to have that occur because we do have a stochastic convergence swinging up here and a MACD, almost convergence. All right, so again, closing over 620 would probably converge us here. So again, we're on the edge of pretty awesome stuff here, but 620 is just kind of holding the price action in place. But you got to keep in mind, the more often you test a support or resistance, the more likely it is to break. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to break this level here, and it hasn't yet. But it's meanwhile establishing higher lows, more visible on the hourly time frame. So to quickly note, we're above all moving averages here for the moment. The 20-day SMA, we are tentatively below, but the candlestick hasn't closed yet. We still got an hour left. So still slightly bullish on the 4-hour time frame as well. Again, I want to emphasize this, slightly bullish on both time frames so far doesn't mean you just take a long position. It implies that you should probably just be paying attention, making sure to monitor your trade if you have one open, but more importantly, the trends that we're seeing here are better than not. In other words, higher highs, higher lows. I'll take a retest of a resistance level any day over being below a specific moving average on the daily, for example. All right, so I think we're due to break out here. We can see a pretty strong continuation, and I think that we're more likely to continue. We see some more money flowing into the coin. Let's take a quick look at liquidity. We can see majority of the liquidity on the lower levels has been swept. Same thing here as well. We got this small candle wick down there, but once more, we did look at this here. Heavier concentration at 650. So the price breaks through 620. I don't see a problem with 650 being the next target. I think that's a very realistic place. In fact, that's coincidentally one of our targets as well for our Filecoin trade. Okay, so taking a quick look here at the hourly, we are above the cloud here. So this is by no means a perfect situation. A lot of coins are exuding the same behavior. In other words, lagging spans are intersecting with price action, letting us know you have a long position open. You may want to consider trimming your position, which essentially just means sell 50, 60, 70% of your position, let the rest ride. At this point, too, though, conversion line's above the baseline. We got good momentum, and we're maintaining ourselves above the cloud. While we're in the cloud, so to speak here, that's still, it's better if you're on this side of the tracks here, it's as if it's a support level than a resistance. Okay, so you got to recognize when you enter the cloud, it's not a bad thing. It's not recommended to take a trade, but it is considered somewhat of a support range. So again, we can presume that 610 to 6 even right here in this range, these two areas are likely support levels. Okay. All right, so again, all the more reason to kind of consider that. So overall, again, we don't have a phenomenal situation here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not like this is a perfect, I'm going to jump, I'm going to go all in situation. I mean, I rarely say that, but still, we're far from that. But the truth is, most signs here are still leaning more towards the price going up than down. And to me, that's that there's no invalidations yet on the bullish trend that we're seeing here so far. So again, I think we're in good shape. In fact, we averaged our position down a little bit by having 2 entries on this trade. So at this point, if I'm not mistaken, we're still in the green in the 6 to 610 mark. So not the worst thing ever, honestly, folks. So if you feel uncomfortable with it, you can go ahead and close your trade out. I'm going to personally leave it open myself because that's just, when I send trade signals, the trades, they can change over time. But for the most part, I'm confident in the market right now, and I don't feel like we're going to see anything crazy so far, at least not today. So hopefully we can see this continue. Either way, enough rambling. I apologize. Big picture though, I do think that we're still in good shape here with this coin, and I really feel like we're going to still see at least one more higher high to break this 650 mark. So if you are new to the channel, just keep in mind we do use Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. They have an awesome trading competition right now. Be sure to register for that. You do have to use my link to register first, so select the first option. Get your rewards, your benefits there, and then register for this alternatively. Keep in mind there's no KYC or VPN, that's why we use them, and that's why they're highly recommended, because they're just a really good consistent exchange. So be sure to check them out. Link down below if you're curious how to use that. I do have a lot of walkthroughs and just things to help you understand futures, etc. Some people are kind of new to it. All right, folks, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a good rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Be safe out there. Take care.